Good morning then. First, our main story. Britain's most famous scientist, Professor Stephen Hawking, has died at the age of 76.
His fame came largely from his best-selling book, A Brief History of Time, which outlined his theories about the universe. He had a brilliant career despite being diagnosed with motor neuron disease in 1964 and being told then he had just a few years to live.
Well, earlier this morning, the news was broken by his children. They released a statement to say, we are deeply saddened that our beloved father passed away today. He was a great scientist and an extraordinary man whose work and legacy will live on for many years.
His courage and persistence with his brilliance and humour inspired people across the world. He once said, they say, it would not be much of a universe if it wasn't home to the people you love. We will miss him forever.
So one of many wonderful quotes which we've been hearing this morning. Nick Higham has been looking back on his life.
He was instantly recognisable and utterly remarkable. The visionary scientist, helpless in his high-tech wheelchair, who nonetheless transformed our view of the universe. While a student, he developed the first signs of motor neuron disease. Gradually, his body shut down, till he could communicate only using a computerized voice synthesizer, controlled to start with by hand. It didn't hold him back.
I was never actually told that I had only 2 years to live, but I could see the doctors didn't think my prospects were good.
His fame sprang from his book, A Brief History of Time. It sold 10 million copies, but though many bought it, rather fewer actually read it. His theories about time, space and black holes were stupendously difficult for non-specialists to grasp, but he turned out to have a genius for communication. He gave lectures and interviews and became an unlikely celebrity. His private life was complicated. With his first wife, Jane, he had 3 children and she looked after him, until in 1990 he left her for his nurse, Elaine. They eventually married, only for claims to emerge that Hawking had been physically abused. Police investigated, but the case was dropped for lack of evidence. The couple later divorced.
Too often they are told that these are stupid questions to ask, but this is said by grown-ups who don't know the answers.
He never lost his sense of humour, though by the end he could only speak by twitching his cheek to move an infrared beam.
I don't have much positive to say about motor neuron disease, but it taught me not to pity myself and to get on with what I still could do. I am happier now than before I developed the condition.
In 2014, his life was dramatised in The Theory of Everything, with Eddie Redmayne playing Hawking.
To see what happened at the beginning of time itself.
Stephen, here you are.
At Cambridge, they unveiled a statue of him, a rare honour for someone still living. But few did more to transform our understanding of the universe and to overcome personal challenges.
So many tributes being paid to an inspirational man. Let's just look at some of them. The TV programme The Big Bang Theory, one of the shows Stephen Hawking did a cameo in, said, in loving memory of Stephen Hawking, it was an honour to have him on The Big Bang Theory. Thank you for inspiring us and the world.
The American TV presenter Larry King reflected on him when he met him, and he said, I once asked Stephen Hawking in an interview what puzzles him the most in all the universe. Women, he answered. He will be missed. Rest in peace.
The astronaut Tim Peake has also paid tribute. He inspired generations to look beyond our own blue planet and expand our understanding of the universe. His personality and genius will be sorely missed. My thoughts are with his family.
And we showed you a little bit earlier, the physicist Brian Cox said, sad to hear about Stephen Hawking. What a remarkable life. His contributions to science will be used as long as there are scientists, and there are many more scientists because of him. He spoke about the value and fragility of human life and civilization and greatly enhanced both.
And you will, of course, remember that the actor Eddie Redmayne played Stephen Hawking in a film based on his life, The Theory of Everything. I'm sure many of you saw it. And he's released this statement on the death of the theoretical physicist. We have lost a truly beautiful mind, an astonishing scientist, and the funniest man I have ever had the pleasure to meet. Lovely photograph of them together as well. My love and thoughts are with his extraordinary family.
Many of you are getting in contact with us this morning, talking about some of those cameos as well in The Simpsons, Star Trek The Next Generation, and his sense of humour is really shining through in many of your reflections on him this morning as well, in addition to that incredible intellect.
We will talk about him more as well later. In other news as well today,